Welcome to the Jetstream News Channel, your New York Jets news channel. Here you will find fresh news and to follow everything. Don't forget to subscribe. Today, only 20.2% are subscribed to our channel. Help us by sharing so that the news reaches many more people. Let's go to today's news.
How do you guys balance kind of the moral victory of that kind of a comeback over coming up short? What was the message to the team in the locker room?
Stay together, believe, which is what we told, what AG told us at halftime. Believe and don't lose confidence. And in the second half, we showed that. Obviously, we didn't come out with the win, but when you look at that second half, it was a team out there that believed in this game, believed in one another, and we never lacked confidence. It didn't go our way at the end. We tipped our hats to them. They played a complete game. We fell up a little short, fell short a little bit, but just got to correct the things that we could do better and continue to keep moving forward. In this league, you have to learn from your losses, and this is a good one to learn from.
What do you think the team will take out of this? You know, what will be the biggest lessons?
Yeah, that we don't waver, that we believe in one another. There was plenty of times in that game where if you have a team that's not together or no continuity, then guys can go different ways. First half wasn't pretty by any means, and I take responsibility for the offensive side of that. But what we did do is come together in the second half and put together a number of plays to put ourselves in a position to win that game at the end.
So you think this is something that can be built upon?
For sure. Obviously, there's no moral victories in this game, but there always are opportunities to learn from your losses. The saying is that there's never a loss. Obviously, we have wins and loss columns, so that's not necessarily in the truest form, but when you lose, there's always the opportunity to learn, and that's what we have to do today, learn from this one and move forward.
Thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Will, can you explain your emotions right now?
We lost the game. You know, as anybody, would feel like losing. They know what that feel like, but, we got to fix those mistakes, and we got to have that belief, watch the film, dig that out, and, get into next week, win that game.
What does it say about the character of this team, the way you guys rallied collectively in the second half?
Like I said, belief, that's all we got. Believe in each other, believe, one of our other teammates gonna make the play, 1-11. We just got to keep that in our system, like Coach always preach. Believe, but at the end of the day, we lost the game. I ain't really doing enough to win us the game, so, we got to win.
You got a lot of pressure off the edge, both in defensive and special team situations. Can you take me through your block?
Had the play drawn up, perfectly. I was able to execute it, scoop and score, run down there, get a touchdown, put our team in a good situation. At the end of the day, we just got to finish. We got to finish on offense and defense. Like I say, for me, speaking for myself, I personally feel like I didn't do enough. And, I got to watch this film, get it right, go into next week, get a win.
No moral victories, but can you speak to what you guys did up front today? I mean, Quinnen was awesome for 60 minutes, and you guys kept on rolling through as far as being tested, each man.
Yeah, our D-line, we did our thing. Quinnen, definitely was hot. Quinnen go, we get the feeding off each other. D-line go, linebackers go, secondary go. We just got to keep that momentum, keep it going so we all can get hot, and we just got to execute.
You're such a prideful guy. When you walk out of here today and after you heard the message from your head coach, how are you going to move forward?
Learn how to not make those mistakes and learn from those mistakes. Keep going, keep having that belief. At the end of the day, we gotta watch this film, put it to bed, and we just gotta learn, bro. We just gotta learn from those mistakes that we have, and we gotta make those missed tackles. We gotta make those interceptions. We gotta get them backed up, and we gotta win that. We just gotta keep watching this film, like I said. Like Coach always preached, we gotta have that belief. And so, that's what we are going off of. And like I said, as long as we feed off each other's momentum, we'll be all right. So I think we'll be all right. The rest of the stretch, we'll be all right. I'm not too worried. We're going to watch this film. We're going to dig it out. We're going to get a win.
Will, appreciate your time.
Yo, thank you.
That was a crazy second half. As you exit the locker room, what are you going to take away from this game?
This team has no quit in them. We believe in each other. We believe in our coaches. it hasn't gone the way we wanted it to so far, but, you know, we're right there. You know, we're going to turn this thing around. You know, process don't change. Going to get back to work and focus on Miami.
What started working for you guys specifically offensively in the second half? Seemed like you started getting some rhythm when you started picking up the pace.
Yeah, just executing. You know, we didn't change anything coming into the second half. We just did, you know, we had been trying to do a little better, and that was all it was.
What was it like working with Tyrod out there today? He threw the pick six at the end of the second quarter, but then steadied the ship.
Yeah, he's been in this league for a while now. Not much he hasn't seen, so, you know, I know we all knew he was going to shake it off and, you know, come back and play well. We're obviously all very confident in him, all of our quarterbacks, but, you know, him being a 15-year vet, utmost confidence, you know, that he was going to right the ship and get us back on track.
I think offensively this is something that you can build on moving forward in terms of that rhythm that you guys had, you know, the pair of touchdowns with Garrett and Allen, of course.
Yeah, I definitely don't see why not. You know, it's like I said, it just came down to execution. We just got to do that a little earlier in the game, and we'll be all right. What
can you say about the guy standing to your left right now, Will McDonald, in that field goal block to scoop and score? Have you ever seen a play like that before? Unbelievable.
I've never seen it in person. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the job done, but yeah, crazy.
Do you have any doubt in your mind that these games are going to end in wins? I mean, you had a tough loss in week 1. You guys battled back. I think a lot of people left you to die out there on the field today. Like, you guys so close as far as getting over the hump.
Yeah, no doubt at all. Like I said, it just came down to executing, you know, small, minute details, and you know, that's what we're going to emphasize at practice to help us start faster. And once we get that figured out, we'll be all right.
And as always,
Appreciate
go
your
for it,
time.
Jets.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.